Hello guys, I'm producing this video in the hope that it may help people who have experienced the same problem that I did with my Gtech Air Ram K9. It's I believe Mark II unit, and as you can see I'm showing you now the battery off this unit, and the fault condition was that the battery, when disconnected from the vacuum cleaner, had two LED lights constantly on. They were LED 1 and LED 3. Now the fault that this caused was that the vacuum cleaner wouldn't switch off. It was constantly driving no matter how many times you pressed the micro switch. The on-off micro switch. Now the micro switch was tested and it works perfectly, so the fault was obviously within the power supply. So what I've done is I've opened the power supply. There are two screws. Just in the top, as you can see. You remove these and the lid lifts up, and from that end what you have to do, you can see the marks where I've tried to get it off. Well, I did get it off. It does actually come off, but it's clipped in from this side and you have to physically force it with a screwdriver. Just a little bit of brute force and ignorance, I'm afraid. But what it does do actually then, when it's off, it reveals the electronic circuit board and the batteries. So here we are then. The top, as described previously, is being removed, and this reveals the circuit board and basically a plastic mirror system that magnifies the LEDs from the circuit board. There being 4 LEDs, LED I believe 1 and 3, no they're possible, yeah, 1 and 3 were the 2 LEDs that were constantly on. Now the reason they're not on now, of course, is that I've actually done the fix to correct the issue. To do this, if you're very careful and closely look, there are 4 land pads which are test points across there, and the extreme left hand one is CLK, which stands for clock, and that is a clock pulse that is able to be tested, that comes from the micro circuit here. The reset RST is the interesting body that we're after, and also VCC, which can be tested, each of these tested with respect to the larger land pad, which is common ground, GND. So the ground, between ground and VCC, you should see a voltage, but most importantly and interestingly is to reset this board, which is what I've done. You bridge between ground and RST, being very careful, very careful not to link between any of the other pins, because this could cause irreversible damage. So I actually used an ohms meter set to continuity testing, which is low enough in continuity to be able to have achieved my reset, but I'm fairly certain that a direct link would have still worked the same. So if you bridge between the RST and ground, your LEDs, hopefully, as mine did, will go off and the PCB will reset, and you will find that you have a fully working battery and the charge works as normal. So reassemble in reverse order, and I hope you find this video helpful. All the best, cheers.